Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. I didn't know if this was actually the episode where we random, but I random nonetheless. And have the gods of random been kind to us? Not particularly, but not particularly mean either. Maggie is pretty much the definition, in my opinion, of like a meh character. You know, how's her health? Eh. How's her damage? Eh. How's her spacebar item? Meh. She's okay. Could be worse, could be better. You know what can't be better? Finding the secret room completely accidentally and getting Dad's key, which is substantially shitty, but I'm gonna take it nonetheless because this is one of the very rare opportunities for me to actually get some use out of this. I'm not saying it's going to be particularly strong, like we're not in a position to make it, you know, the greatest item of all time, but we may be in a position where, basically what I'm getting at is, let's be honest, we had Yum Heart, we're not going to keep Yum Heart any longer than we have to. Why not take Dad's key? Maybe we'll gain access to, you know, some boss trap rooms or something that would otherwise be inaccessible. In any case, I'm just trying to remember, because Dad's key is one of those items that is bad enough that I've never really taken the time to learn what it really does. I believe it... Ooh, Maggie's Faith is actually an awesome trinket to get, especially when you get it so early. But what this does is it allows us to open doors that would otherwise be inaccessible to us. So, boss trap rooms, occasionally mob trap rooms, potentially. We'll see. As is right now, obviously on the first floor, I would expect this to not be particularly strong for us. That was really stupid for me to walk into there. And my hunch is that almost certainly... the Yum Heart is substantially better, and Mr. Boom may actually be better as well, so I'm sorry, Dad's Key. As fun as you might be to roll with for a little while, I'm gonna go with Mr. Boom because I have a real shortage of bombs. So, we've set a new record that is 2 spacebar item replacements in the span of, like, 3 rooms. Probably not actually a new record. At least not for me, but... we'll see what happens here. So, Mr. Boom is one of those items you can use once every 2 rooms, which is probably baffling you then as to why I'm not using it on this room. The reason I'm not using it on this room is because that thing jumps around too much for me to have a realistic chance to hit it with this. So why not instead just head down to the next floor? So far, so weird. It's been an unusual first floor. As Maggie, we got... Maggie's Faith, by far the most important item for us there. After that, it would be the HP upgrade, then Harlequin Baby, and then probably what is going to be a transient upgrade in the form of Mr. Boom here. Please tell me I'm fast enough to get away. I really should be using Mr. Boom more often. We actually found our second secret room completely by accident and picked up an Eternal Heart, which made our existing Eternal Heart from Maggie's Faith become a full HP upgrade, which is awesome. And now we got the laser option, and actually I'm going to pick it up and drop it back down. Mr. Boom, I think, is a little bit more valuable than the laser. Not substantially and not forever, but situationally when we have 0 bombs, it seems like a smart idea to roll with Mr. Boom in this situation. As long as I'm not taking damage, I'm not really losing anything from not using Mr. Boom as much as possible, but what I will probably do with it is find, or try to find, these secret rooms, because if I get money, I do have another key that I can use to go to the shop, and I could possibly buy... a better spacebar item, perhaps say the blue candle in there. But for now, a very unusual run so far. What are the pros? Well, we're Maggie, so we have a lot of HP. And the fact that we have been able to get Maggie's Faith this early is going to allow us to continue to get more HP. Mr. Boom is not the worst spacebar item in the game. It does give us some offensive power and completely nullifies, or largely nullifies, our lack of bombs. I guess Mr. Boom actually works once every 3 rooms, which is why I'm going to this room over here before I actually go into that boss room, because normally I would go into that boss room, maybe give myself a higher chance of getting a deal with the devil, but in this case, I want to get Mr. Boom charged up first, just in case I have the opportunity to use this on, like, a Larry Jr. or a Duke of Flies, or a Pin or something like that. It is Pin, okay, so why don't we just put this down here as quickly as possible. It completely worked, mission accomplished, and we will take our... dinner back and see what we got in our deal with the devil room here. It's gonna be Krampus. Alright, well, if I'd known that Krampus would have shown up, I would have probably saved Mr. Boom for this, but it was nice to be able to destroy I could actually use my bomb to fight Krampus here, but it's not going to be a mega bomb, which is the problem. Well, not a problem, but a slight negative, I guess, relative to using Mr. Boom. As is, though, it's very nice to get a free deal with the devil. Even if that deal with the devil is merely the lump of coal, it's an item that I actually think, in a lot of, in casual Isaac circles, doesn't really get the amount of respect that it deserves. It's a better item than you would initially think of at first glance. Like, okay, range increases your damage. The longer a shot travels, the more damage it does. It's actually more beneficial than you would originally expect, largely because of the stats and the math associated with it, I guess. In any case, though, it did take me like, 200 or 300 episodes to even realize that. Let's pick up our bombs, and now Mr. Boom is looking a little bit less valuable, but that's fine. What we really need here, and this may not be 100% obvious, is the ability to get Spirit Hearts is very important because I don't want to lose the Eternal Hearts that Maggie's Faith actually generates. So it would be very nice for me to be able to find a way to get some Spirit Hearts. Almost, like, it's almost making me want to go to the shop and just see if there's a Spirit Heart for sale, because even a little bit of protection could guarantee me an HP upgrade. In fact, I may do that. We have 7 cents anyway, and we had 2 keys, but I actually am going to use one of those keys to open this up. We got some extra money as well as a bunch of extra bombs associated with that. Is the laser better than Mr. Boom now? I still don't think so. But we'll use our key to come in here. And there is a Spirit Heart, so that's exactly what I wanted. Yes, we will not be able to buy Mom's Purse. I could buy the pill if I wanted to, but the Spirit Heart will serve as protection for the Eternal Hearts. That was not me playing insanely well. It was kind of very good luck. But in any case, down to the next floor, and of course we will continue to try not to get hit, but so far so good. Our damage will be augmented ever so slightly by this inclusion of Lump of Coal, and we'll try our best to protect our HP advantage, which if we end up getting a Guppy's Paw or something like that, could obviously pay fairly enormous dividends. Anyway, enough with the nerd talk. Let's shoot some flies, right? Ooh, don't get hit. I really can't afford to lose health on really easy rooms like this. Getting that key right off the bat, exceptionally important. This room, obviously a fairly easy one, as long as I just kind of avoid them. Okay, and that actually worked out very well as well. We'll probably go to our boss trap room. Yeah, I don't really want to go through that song and dance just yet, as I only have 1 key. And we're going up against what is essentially the Catacombs version of the Duke of Flies. I actually did a bomb and Mr. Boom by accident there. That was a weird oversight for me. Maybe not weird, it happens now and then, but it's a poor oversight for me nonetheless. Now, don't get hit by the kind of staggering number of enemies going on here. Should be able to tear this dude up pretty quickly. And we're not going to head down to the next floor right away, but it is very nice to get meat, which is a damage upgrade, in addition to our... yeah, we can open up the golden chest, but I don't want to. It's a damage upgrade in addition to the HP upgrade that it gives me. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm just looking at my cat. He's just, like, rubbing his paws along the ground for reasons that are unbeknownst to me, but maybe it's a good thing that I don't know the reasons my cat does things. Sometimes it can be okay to not understand completely cat logic. So we are getting more bombs, and more keys would actually be what I'm most interested in. Let's just see if we get a lucky Mr. Boom shot here. Well, we got 2 of the conga liners killed. They were relatively not a threat to me as a result of them not really being connected, but that's fine. In our item room, we pick up Abel, which is basically just a passive familiar, which is, again, okay. We haven't really gotten anything amazing yet. Meat is a really good upgrade. All of the HP upgrades we've gotten are fine. Maggie's Faith is probably the most important item that we've gotten so far, if you want to call it an item. We'll have to get rid of it eventually, but, you know, picking up on the first floor, that could end up amounting to, you know, 5 or 6 HP upgrades, which would actually be amazing. And, you know, it would have been awesome to buy Mom's Purse, because then we would have had the opportunity, of course, to take Maggie's Faith with us for the rest of the game, but it probably won't end up making that big of a deal, if I had to guess. What we're really hoping for now is more deals with the devil, so we can trade the amount of health we have, which is a really big advantage for, oh, seriously? We can trade the amount of health we have, which is a really big advantage for, items, which we don't necessarily have yet. So we are going to try to find the secret room. That is not it. This is maybe it. It is not. So there's 2 more likely locations. And I will probably blow up the slot machine in the process of getting to them. Maybe I won't blow up the slot machine, but I'll check and see if it's over here. It is indeed. And inside we find a decent sum of money. And I may, oh, and a little bit more in the fire, actually. And I may blow up the slot machine now. I've just got to be cautious so that I don't accidentally take damage, because this Eternal Heart would die. So there's a chest inside of that No! Well, there better be something great inside of this chest. It is a pill, which is a telepills, which is taking me to the shop where I can buy a key, and I can save it for the next floor or open the golden chest inside of the special room. That was really bad. I really should have, after I had freed the neutral flies from their prison, I should have just walked out, then walked back in. But, you know, you live and you learn. Now that we don't have an Eternal Heart to protect, I think maybe we should use this key to open up the golden chest on the mob trap room and just see if anything of interest is in there. Hopefully we'll get keys on the next floor if we need them, or right here, which we didn't. But now we have enough money easily to buy the ladder if we're interested, but I'm not really. I would rather save my money and buy something else. Kind of an unusual run so far. Really hoping that we earn a deal with the devil, which could drastically improve my chances. I mean, if I traded 2 hearts for a deal with the devil, I would have 6 hearts. and, you know, maybe the ability to fly, maybe Mom's Knife, maybe Brimstone, maybe even the Pact. Those would be acceptable trade-offs. And I don't really have... I guess my range is already fine. I was going to say, like, with Lump of Coal, it sucks that my range is not great, but my range is fine. I can hit things from, you know, largely across the map here. It still doesn't do that much damage, but, you know, it does enough. And we'll head down to the next floor. 1 HP upgrade shy of where I want it to be, but, again, shit happens sometimes. So, we do get our Eternal Heart, and we are on Catacombs Part 2. I would not expect this Eternal Heart to last. As is, Maggie's Faith has already done quite a bunch of good stuff for us, but of course I would love to see it last a little bit longer and continue to pay out. That is a key on a very fitting kind of part of the map, and we're going to get Brother Bobby, which is yet another familiar, and yet another situation where I'm like, okay, you know, it's an okay upgrade, but, you know, it's not necessarily going to be one that changes the game drastically in our favor. That being said, it is nice to have it, I suppose. We did not kill any of the little greed heads with that Mr. Boom, unfortunately. I guess Abel actually got a kill, which was unexpected, but also very much welcome. And we're good to go. I definitely don't need that penny. I've done I wouldn't necessarily say I've done a 180 on the ladder for any reason related to the quality of the ladder. It's largely been, I used to buy it, but now I'd rather save my money in case, you know, buying the ladder. Let's put it this way, I don't think the ladder's bad. I think it's just... It's likely that I can use this money for a better purpose later, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble here and put down Mr. Boom right here, and it worked out. And we got another key, which I'm going to use for the shop, not going to use for that golden chest. And again, we're in the kind of vicinity where I absolutely want to pick up a Spirit Heart as soon as possible to protect this HP upgrade. You never know what the magic number for HP upgrades is going to be, how many you're going to need to beat the game. We may already be past that magic number, or we may not even be close. So why don't we just pop open this golden chest, and we'll get a bomb and a little bit of money for our troubles. And we got a little bit more money here. I'm just thinking, like, while we're in this room, we might as well shoot the poop. Otherwise, people are going to yell at me anyway, so we might as well get through it. Now, Spirit Heart as soon as possible would be very nice. Fighting a single kind of zombie monster here doesn't worry me too much. It would be very nice to be able to get into that boss trap room, but that's exceptionally unlikely. It would actually be likely if I was okay with giving up the Eternal Heart. And actually, if I end up losing the Eternal Heart just by way of like an accident, then I may end up playing the Blood Bank enough to go into that boss trap room. But there's no point in me deliberately giving up the Eternal Heart yet. Because the best thing that I would probably hope for from, realistically at least from that boss trap room, is an HP upgrade. So, you know, losing an HP upgrade just to possibly get an HP upgrade and having to fight a couple of bosses to do it seems like a very silly decision for me. There is a judgment here. Being able to get some more keys is always welcome, and he's also going to pay out with some hearts, which may end up being useful if I do end up playing that Blood Bank after I lose the Eternal Heart legitimately. Okay, and continuing to do so here. I can go below 15 cents here and feel okay about it because, again, we will probably end up playing that Blood Bank at some point. And he has paid out with a bomb. Oh, please don't make a fool out of me here. Alright, so we did pay out with an HP upgrade. And we have 12 cents. I would like to get 3 more before we go to the shop, just to see if I can pick something up without having to go to the Blood Bank, because it's possible that I could keep this Eternal Heart alive. But we did get an HP upgrade just by virtue of playing that Judgment, so worst case scenario, I think we're still up from where we started. Ooh, that was pretty close. I can't believe I haven't been hit on this floor, actually. So this is our final... we are definitely going to get more than 3 cents here, but this is our final kind of... room before the boss room here, and I will be able to go to the shop, and I will hopefully be able to buy something, but of course that depends on whether or not we run into greed. And a Spirit Heart would be a very nice purchase, but we are running into greed. Okay, so I will probably try to avoid using my Mr. Boom here, because it's going to be a little bit of a tough sell to actually get that shot to even hit. I'm going to have to, like, bounce it in myself. I would much rather just take him out with bullets, and then, ooh, I lost the Eternal Heart. Okay. Anyway, well, I'm still going to save Mr. Boom. What's done is done here. It may have made a difference in the whole scheme of things, but now I can go to the boss trap room, and maybe we end up getting the pentagram or something in there, so we'll see in any case. First things first, though. Come through here and see what we've got in our boss room in case I get the opportunity to go to a deal with the devil, or we just get a deal with the devil item. Oh, it sucks pretty hard. Or I get the opportunity to just pick up a deal with the devil item for free in this case. Alright, the Fallen. Please. Oh, it was like probably like very, very slightly out of range. This sucks pretty hard because, you know, as the Fallen chases me down, It's not like Lump of Coal is getting more useful as the Fallen approaches me. It's actually becoming substantially less damage than I would like it to be. That being said, our existing damage is pretty okay. That bomb did a serious number on them. And it may be a little tricky to avoid taking damage now that there's kind of this matrix of them around me. But pretty soon they're going to be dead, and we should be okay here. Ooh, okay, there's a little bit of damage, but shit happens. And we got one more chasing us, and he'll be dead soon as well. Very, very shortly, at least. And there we go. And we picked up Tammy's head, which I'm going to take over Mr. Boom, but is not really that good. So now, to the blood bank, to either earn that HP plus speed upgrade or gain access to the boss trap room, or perhaps both. Fair to say things have not gone according to my expectations so far, but it's been interesting nonetheless, I would say. Why don't we check out opportunities for our boss room here? Sorry, our secret room here. Also gave us a penny, which is a, pretty piss poor deal, but that's okay. That means our secret room should be on this side then. There's only 2 suitable locations for it. And in here we find the noose. Okay, so I'm very glad that I took the opportunity to actually go to the secret room this time. A lot of times it's really tempting to just be like, oh, I'm not going to go to the secret room because it only has money and I don't need money. Well, it doesn't only have money. Sometimes it also has the ability to fly, as you can see. You already knew that, but important to note regardless, just in case, to explain my reasoning, if you will, offer something in my own defense. So, again, oh, we got the IV bag, so that's actually really unfortunate, but we are going to be able to get a fuck ton of money out of it. If only we had a trinket that allowed us to get, like, well, basically anything in exchange for this money, that would be awesome. But certainly any financial problems that we've had are going to be sorted out here. D20 would also be amazing, of course. I don't really want to pick up this money if it's at all possible. I mean, it makes more sense to just kind of leave it on the ground just in case I get like a bloody penny or something like that. And now we're about to die, which is, of course, a little frightening. So what I may do is just take the... Well, okay, first off, we went from like 20 cents to 71 cents, 72 cents. So that's pretty awesome. But I'll leave and we'll pick up... Well, first we'll see what's in the boss trap room, because if in the boss trap room there's an HP upgrade, then I probably don't need to leave to get my health replenished. But if it's not, which it isn't, it's actually a range upgrade, now we find ourselves in kind of a dangerous position, because I really wanted it to be an HP upgrade, of course. In our shop we don't have anything to buy. That's fine. Well, I guess we're going to give this the old college try with 1 heart, and if I die, then that's, well, really unfortunate, quite frankly, but, who dares wins sometimes. Sometimes who dares loses, like, really badly. But a range upgrade is worth the risk to pick up. I would give myself, like, less than 10% chance of dying here, so it's just going to be Monstro and Larry Jr. And if I'm worried about anything, it's, taking shitty damage against Monstro, like just a random bullet falling, and then, like, Larry Jr. hitting me once or twice. Which is a strong theoretical possibility. I can fly, but that doesn't really help me too much here. I very nearly took damage there. It doesn't really help me too much here because there's no rocks or anything to hide behind. But it looks like we're going to get out of this okay. And I guess the real problem is on the next floor. Unless I manage to pick up some extra hearts or something like that. I could go gamble a little bit. But honestly, I think we're pretty much just okay to go. What is... Oh, it's the... What did I just have? Mr. Boom. Mr. Boom is what's on the ground in that room. This is not the ideal case for me, but keep in mind... Sorry, I didn't pick up Tammy's head. I think I said Tammy's head ages ago. It's actually Guppy's head. I'm getting closer to becoming Guppy, and I have so much HP that I'm really only like one really lucky deal with the Devil Room away from becoming Guppy, or... oh, there's no extra health in here. I thought there would be. Or... the other opportunity would be from curse rooms and stuff like that, but we'll see. In any case, coming across this... Ooh, be careful. Coming across this tinted rock is very important, and it did give me 1 spirit heart. And I blew I blew that rock up in a very specific way, is what I'm trying to say here, so that the blue spike would not have the opportunity to really hit me, which is something I very much have to be concerned about at this point. And again, we're trying to avoid the blue spikes as much as possible by the way that I'm shooting right now. That worked out quite nicely. Now, red hearts. Pretty valuable. I didn't realize those could go over the kind of gaps. I really would like to get this bomb. There we go. Okay, so that room actually was handled quite well. Now, Guppy's head is probably going to be not our preferred spacebar item. It's nice to have it, though, not just for the extra damage that it does on a room-to-room basis, but because, of course, it does make us a little bit closer to becoming Guppy, and I already have the ability to fly, which is probably the biggest benefit of becoming Guppy, but also the ability to have these flies around me is very important if I become Guppy, because the flies do so much damage, something like 2x your existing base damage. Okay, we found the secret room by accident. That saves me some problems. And we'll just get these generated. Inside of here, we have a little bit more money. Not that we necessarily need it right now. We'll continue moving onwards in search of the item room, I would say, and the shop at this point. It's pretty unlikely that we do run into Greed or Super Greed, especially after we ran into them on the last floor. So I would expect that it is a fairly likely proposition that we end up having actually something to purchase. And basically, we're probably going to purchase whatever we can because we have such high funds right now. There's no reason for me to, like, not purchase tarot cards to at least see what they are, because they could make a very major difference. Whereas most of the time, maybe they don't necessarily offer as much value as one might expect. But anyway, we continue moving forwards. Very nice to find all of these things in very quick succession to one another. So, we have Guppy's head we're going to replace with a unicorn horn only for now. And I say only for now just in case there's a super greed in here, which there is not. But there is a lot of good stuff in here. I'm just going to buy the shop out. Even the bomb may end up being important. And the tarot card is Wheel of Fortune, which if I save it till the chest is basically a free item. If I make it to the chest. Too bad this wasn't a demon judgment. The unicorn horn could make us do a lot of cool stuff here. And we still have 50 cents, so we'll donate that to this judgment here, who will give... Okay, we're lucky that it doesn't matter, but it is kind of funny that he paid out with the Steam sale after I bought the entire shop out. But, you know, shit happens, basically. So, Wheel of Fortune is something that we're going to save. One thing I do not know is whether or not... Oh, I lost some of my flies there. I do not know whether... if you use Wheel of Fortune on a deal with the Devil Room, do you exclusively... Or, let's say you use Wheel of Fortune, it creates a slot machine, you blow it up. Do you get the opportunity to get a Devil item from the pool? I don't know. That's the way it works on the chest. I would expect that's not the way it works on the deal with the Devil. Unless it's a deal with the Devil on the chest, by way of like a Demon Judgment or something like that. I don't know, basically, is what I'm getting at. All sorts of weird idiosyncrasies with this game. Of course, after I've used many keys, we get a golden key as well. We're in a strange situation where I am, in all likelihood, about to lose my Eternal Heart. Again, it's not the end of the world if I do. I would prefer to save it, but we do have, like, 9 HP at this point. So it probably makes a small difference, but a difference nonetheless. And we are going to get out of here with another key, which is actually kind of nice. It means that I almost just want to sacrifice my own Eternal Heart, and I know that sounds stupid, but if I sacrifice my own Eternal Heart, I can go into the... Ooh, I can go into the curse room guilt-free, which would be cool because we could possibly become Guppy in there. But as is, you know, it's still in our best interest to explore everything, I think. Maybe the best case scenario would be that I actually lose my Eternal Heart the old-fashioned way, aka getting hit by an enemy, and then as a result of that, I can go into the curse room guilt-free, maybe get Guppy's tail or something like that, and get a little bit closer to becoming Guppy. Guppy's paw is obviously the... ooh, it's kind of close. Lost more flies again. Guppy's paw is obviously the kind of holy grail in this situation. I mean, holy grail is the holy grail, but Guppy's paw is better than the holy grail, weirdly enough, for me right now, because it would allow me to get, you know, close to 30 spirit hearts. But for now, we still have our Eternal Hearts, so... Oh, now we don't. Okay. That was for those of you who have watched the series for a long time, you almost certainly know that that was not intentional. Conspiracy theorists be damned. I get hit by Massive Infamy all the time. No reason for me to have to fake that one. If I played as hard as I could, I would probably get hit by them anyway. So, we have taken a little bit more damage. And I should just use a bomb, maybe, but there's only one of them left. God, I hate these guys. I really hope we get the depths. We've had, I think that's 3 of the difficult floor layouts in a row, which means we're probably due for the depths, but obviously that's not how statistics works. So let's sacrifice another half of a spirit heart to come inside of here, and we actually got the mark, which gives us the spirit heart. If ironically, maybe if I had gone to this room earlier, we would have been able to protect our spirit heart. But anyway, we're fighting against the bloat. We do an awful lot of damage now. Mostly that was the flies right off the bat that did quite a number on the enemy, but still, I quite like the amount of damage we're doing, and of course, you know, the more damage upgrades I get, the more valuable that picking up all of those Guppy items becomes, because the flies eventually do even more damage. But for now, the bloat is falling very easily here. He's dead already, and we get a speed upgrade, which is not that strong, but we are going fairly strong here. So let's go down to the next floor. We have 4 keys, 55 cents, and 11 bombs. Can't really play the blood bank yet, which is a shame because we know that if we played the blood bank enough, we would get the blood bag because we've already had the IV bag payout once. Let's try this pill. I'm interested. Range up. That's fine. I've gone through a lot worse for a range upgrade over the course of this run. And we are in the depths, and honestly, I kind of felt like I was weak before, but now that we're on the depths, I feel like I'm going to feel fairly strong because we've got some pretty solid damage upgrades. We've obviously got a ton of HP. We're just lacking 1 or 2 items that would really put us over the top. Being able to become Guppy would probably do it. Dead Sea Scrolls is not one of those items. We did get the Book of Belial, which is going to be very useful for us on this item room, of course, sarcastically. We got another key, and we're going to explore everything just because there's no reason not to. Blue Baby Soul is, you know, it's the worst floor to get a trinket on. Is that, like, we're probably a dozen rooms away from fighting Mom and getting rid of our existing trinket, which is already better. And now I need to get a Spirit Heart as soon as possible to hopefully protect this Eternal Heart. But anyway, Guppy's Paw would be an enormous boon for us. Guppy's Tail along with it would obviously be amazing. 9 lives is it's an item that I never know how to feel about. We found our 3rd Judgment, which is actually awesome. Let's see what he ends up paying out with. You never know. Tarot card is another Judgment, which I will save as much as I want to put it on like the same room here. It's better to save this and then use it for the possibility of it showing up in a Deal with the Devil room later. Or a Deal with the Devil room showing up, and then you use the Judgment card and get a Deal with the Devil room item for free. What is this? Judgment, yes. What is this? 2 of Hearts. I'm going to pop it right now just to simplify my kind of management right now. It's probably better to wait until I, in all likelihood, lose this Eternal Heart, and then I can use that to play the Blood Bank many more times, but it's not a big deal. Nun's Habit, beautiful item. I can't say enough good things about it. We're going to get rid of this Wheel of Fortune card the only way I know how, and that is a pill for a range upgrade. Alright, so, you know, another free range upgrade is fine by me. Nun's Habit plus the Guppy's Head. It's not an enormous coup for us, but if we get a better spacebar item, it's great. And there are theoretical situations where this could actually end up being beneficial to us. Ooh, that's what I was concerned about. That's not Nun's Habit's fault. That's just Guppy's Tail being Guppy's Tail, or sorry, Guppy's Head being Guppy's Head and accidentally murdering some bomb flies, which caused us to lose our Eternal Heart. But so be it. So, you know, Maggie's Faith ended up being a mixed bag. I probably could have managed it better than I actually did, but so be it. We have another Judgment. First things first, we're going to fight Pride here. Pride will pay out with either Anarchist Cookbook or a tarot card. Anarchist Cookbook, which is fine. We'll pick it up, put it back down. And then we'll play the shit out of this Judgment again, because why the F not, right? We also have our shop remaining to go. Who would have thought that we may actually come close to being able to spend all of our money on a run like this? That heart could be beneficial. We'll probably end up playing the Blood Bank at least a little bit, and we got another HP upgrade, so that takes us up to 10. Very unlikely to get a Deal with the Devil on this floor. It requires a very specific set of circumstances, namely like what is it, the Fool card, which would teleport us back to the spawn, or any teleporting card, and then we walk back into the boss room and just hope for the best. But, you know, there's a very real chance we could get one on the Womb Part 1 or Utero Part 1. In here, we find some of the, you know, not so great items in the game, I would say. We will buy the bomb. I almost want to buy a portable slot just so it doesn't show up again, but I think it's extremely unlikely to show up again anyway, so. And we have another Blood Bank, so this is actually fairly convenient. Why don't we play this one instead for now? And I'm not sure how much time I'm going to spend with it, but, well, actually, oh, wow, that paid out super quickly. So I don't really, I mean, I guess I should go spend some time with the other Blood Bank as well, but, oh my god, like half of my flies just blew up. What some people are shouting, I have to guess right now, is that, you know, if you use Guppy's Head as much as possible, then with the Nun's Habit, you can generate like a ton of flies for this mom fight, and in theory, I think that's a really good idea. But in practice, I'm pretty sure you can only take like a maximum of like X number of flies from room to room. So look at it right now. I have like probably, you know, 8 to 10 flies around me. In the next room, I have 5. So I'm pretty sure it caps out at that level. That was obviously a very good kind of turn of events in the last, you know, the tail end of this floor. And I'm very pleased with the fact that we ended up getting 2 more HP upgrades. The speed upgrades are kind of a little unwieldy right now, but, you know, you take the good with the bad. Those are not the deals, or no, those are not the secret rooms, which surprises me a great deal. Let's go on and fight, you know, regular version of Mom for now. Man, it really is a little unwieldy. I'm traveling very, very quickly right now, which is fine. That's 3 speed upgrades over the course of, like, less than a floor, so. Mom fight, I don't anticipate to be a big problem. Maggie's Faith we will obviously lose to pick up the Polaroid. We didn't have another chance to get Mom's Purse after the first floor. And I don't, you know, truth be told, I don't think I had the chance to get Mom's Purse to begin with. I don't know if there's any way for me to possibly get the funds necessary. We're almost done with this mom fight, though, and we do have the compass, so it should be reasonably easy for me to find my way to the boss room. And we're really banking on, you know, worst case scenario, if we don't get a deal with the devil, it's probably not the end of the world. But a deal with the devil carries so many positives. Possibly, you could become Guppy. Possibly, I could get this judgment card to pay out with an awesome item. Possibly Mom's Knife. Possibly Brimstone, etc., etc. In fact, that is why I'm actually going to take some time to go over here to this, the curse room, because I really... Oh, we found a boss in there. Telepills. Nah, Judgment's too valuable to possibly lose. It's really important for me if I have the chance to get Guppy items, to get them. Think of how useful a Guppy's Paw would be right now. It would probably raise my chances, like, triple them, basically. And, you know, we're on Utero 1. It hasn't proved that difficult so far. And I haven't even been using Guppy's Head, which is silly, but it's been easy enough without it. Guppy's Head is not, obviously, the be-all, end-all of doing damage, but it is probably the fastest way that I can deal damage, as you saw right at the top of that bloat fight, as my... as you can see, the health of the enemy going down. So we got a troll bomb. You know, shit happens. Do we go to the library? Like, it could be useful, but I'm actually kind of enjoying Guppy's Paw. Keys are a little bit important to hold on to for now. Anyway, we'll see if we earn ourselves this deal with the devil. I really do not want Cube of Meat at this point. I would rather just have any kind of vanilla boss that could give us a vanilla boss item. Oh, that was really rough damage on my part there, but that's fine. Pick up our key and continue moving onwards. Could replenish our health a little bit. I doubt it's going to be a major issue. We'll see if it becomes prudent. Might as well use the flies here. They can probably one-shot the enemies. And we'll be able to take 4 into the fight here. 5 into the fight, actually. Alright, so we're fighting double version of Loki. This is a pretty important fight to not take damage on to maximize our chances of getting this deal with the devil. And I mean that sincerely. A deal with the devil... Oh, I took damage. Could end up changing our fortunes, like, very, very drastically. Almost got hit there again. No deal with the devil. In fact, we just got a magic 8-ball, which has a tarot card for the moon. So, I think I'm just going to pop this judgment down right here. It's not a demon judgment, which is, you know, possibly for the best, possibly not for the best. We'll see. And this takes us right to the secret room. We know that the secret room on this floor has a boss in it, because we already went through this song and dance. By way of the compass, we could see that when it popped open earlier, and we'll probably save this moon card for maybe the next floor, maybe the cathedral. We'll see. For now, though, what is this judgment going to pay out with? Last one paid out with Nun's Habit, so no pressure here, but a little bit of pressure here. We'll see. We're continuing to just go through the song and dance right now. Plenty of keys. You know, honestly, I could stay here for the next 26 cents, and that'd be fine by me. Well, it's down to the next floor, and we'll stick with Guppy's Head, which is a, you know, reliable damage dealer here. We have a curse room, which is going to be very easy for us to get to, and then we'll make our way to this boss room, because the blood bank scares the shit out of me. I don't trust myself to not play the blood bank a ton, and, you know, we're at the point where... Oh, that was pretty nasty. 1 HP upgrade probably doesn't make too much of a difference in our success, but, you know, going into a boss fight minus, like, 7 or 8 health could actually make an enormous difference, so... is it worth using the moon card on this floor? Yeah, probably. It may end up... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Thank God that wasn't the tick. I may end up actually doing a lot of backtracking as a result of this, or it could take me very close to the boss. We actually got the Ankh, which is fine. It's not a crazy good boon for us, or not a crazy good item. We got another tarot card, which is the moon. I guess we'll save that for the next floor, unless something goes terribly wrong on this Mom's Heart boss fight. And turns out that was maybe the proper course of action. That was a fairly quick way to deal with the womb part 2. So we have 13 bombs, and not a whole lot of crowd control apart from that, so it is going to be important for me to use these bombs effectively, which means, unfortunately, I will not have them available for the... or not have many available for the Isaac fight that is going to come next, assuming I make it that far, which I would like to, of course. So far, so good, actually. This has been, in practice anyway, or in action, it's been a fairly good Mom's Heart boss fight. I've only used 4 bombs, I think, and we're doing fine. Could have killed that guy a little bit faster. She's going to start continuously firing bombs, and now we're good to go. So we actually are doing a pretty decent amount of damage. Less than I would like, but if I can make it down to the chest and snag some damage items, or, again, somehow find a way to become Guppy along the way, we could have some pretty massive chances for success. As is right now, we're not quite there, but So be it. Okay, well, we can't see anything, so, you know, we might as well go to the secret room just in case it pays out with something amazing. Obviously, the more spirit hearts we can get here, the better, which is why I'm going to invest a ton of time into being here. At this point, I may as well stick with the Wheel of Fortune card, because there's a chance that we can actually make it to the chest, and then it becomes one extra free item, which could make all the difference. Well, okay, pretty piss-poor showing from that fortune teller. But, again, technically, it gave us an item, it just gave us an item later. So, even though we can't get an item out of this Wheel of Fortune just yet, soon, hopefully, if we live this long, or if we live that long, which is, you know, something that's very much up in the air, but could theoretically turn out. I am just gonna kind of hang back here. I'm a little concerned. The fight that we had against the double Loki a couple floors ago obviously went much more quickly than this, which is disconcerting, but I can't use bombs. I could use bombs, but I'd rather save them. And also, you know I could just bomb my way or walk out of the husk of the door that has been bombed out there, but I don't really want to do that, because I may end up having to backtrack through this room if this ends up being the wrong way to go. And it may be the wrong way to go, because, you know, we have no idea. Because it is a Curse of Darkness floor. So, on this one, we can probably just use the flies to create a glorious chain reaction that very nearly got us killed as well. Sure, that is useful. Maybe too useful. Or maybe not as useful as I thought, I should say. Because now I may miss out on a period of Polaroid invincibility, but if that ends up making all the difference, then, well, fuck me, basically. But seriously, it's unlikely to do so. So, more flies, and we've got another double Loki room down here, much to my chagrin. But, you know, it's almost a good thing that the rooms are going slowly, because if they were going more quickly, it would probably indicate that I had taken damage and spawned more flies by way of the Nun's Habit. So, well, there you go. Never mind. I'm happy to keep myself alive and relatively well. As a... Ooh, never mind, there's more flies then. A little bit scared for my chances here as time goes on. I don't know how I feel about the... Oh, that was such a bad dodge. I don't know how I feel about my chances against Isaac, in all honesty. Ooh, that was, again, very, very bad. It's like the 4th bit of damage I've taken here. I think there's a realistic chance that I could beat Isaac with, you know, 8 to 12 health, depending on how much we have when we get there. It dwindles every time we get hit. That's just how it works, though. We might as well kill this bomb fly so we don't have to do this whole room over again. The real piss off is, yeah, what I was just about to say is that we might be headed, you know, ass deep towards a dead end. So I'm going to these rooms for no reason. The reason is that I don't have the compass, so I may just be losing health that is not actually bringing me any closer to my goal. It's been a tough run so far. Not as easy as, you know, I would have anticipated. Probably a little bit more difficult than your average run. But that's half the fun. I'm glad we got rid of Yumhard early. It opened me up to some interesting kind of decisions and implications, but that being said, you know, a better spacebar item wouldn't hurt right now. Double greed fight all the way across the sky. Bringing it back. It's funny how in, you know, meme or viral video terms that is now ancient. It probably came out in like 2010. We can fly, but I should probably, you know, not get hit. That's been a big problem so far. That's like the 4th spirit heart I've lost on this room. Like, that's just crazy, and we haven't gotten very many dropping either. Alright, so we got the Widow. I may as well use Guppy's head. There's no reason not to. In a weird way, we had good RNG on this run. We got a lot of judgments. We got, we fought the Fallen, which is usually, like, very, very nice. And we got Maggie's Faith as well, and we got it early. But on the other hand, kind of bad RNG as well. No deals with the devil after the Fallen fight. In fact, we only had one deal with the devil the whole time, and it was for Krampus, right? And, yeah, could be better. So what I'm going to do here, and this is like... This is how you know we're up against it right now, is I'm not going to use Guppy's head yet. I'm going to wait until the fight's almost over so that hopefully my flies do not actually kill Greed, and then that way I can take 1 or 2 extra flies into this boss fight. Again, I think we have a cap of 5, but let's see if this works. I'm very, very skeptical. I think this is a situation where on this run right now, we got too many... Or we got a lot of okay items and not a lot of great items. So right now we have a bunch of items which are just kind of like, you know, shrug your shoulders worthy. Like, they're all right, but they're not going to carry you through on you know, a cold November night like we are having right now. That being said, if we survive to the chest, there's a theoretical chance we could get items that make it so we could survive. There's also a fairly real chance that it would be too little too late, but so far this fight is not going as badly as I had anticipated. And I don't want to get in there and drop bombs until I have a brief period of invincibility, otherwise we could start an awful chain reaction. But for now, he's about to enter the third phase. I didn't get hit by any of the purple shots, at least not yet. And as long as I continue moving back and forth like this, it seems like it's a fairly realistic chance he may actually survive. I can get hit another 4 times, and then that will give me a brief period of invincibility. So with all that being scraped together, there is a fairly real chance that I think we survive this fight, believe it or not. It was looking very rough during the early goings here, but oh, there's another hit, unfortunately. We'll drop this in there, create some flies. Now, just because we survive this floor doesn't necessarily mean... God, that was really scary. Doesn't necessarily mean good things are coming, but it does mean we live a little bit longer, so that's better than expected as is. And now we see if these items can save the day. Game Kid will allow me to replenish some health. Poison bombs are somewhat useful. Monstro's Tooth is terrible. Odd Mushroom is a little bit more damage. So, you know, well, obviously we might as well just pop this down. How valuable are these items so far? Pretty not that valuable. Peeper's Eye is, again, another item which is fine, but not really that crazy good. Monstro's Tooth, weirdly enough, sorry, not Monstro's Tooth, the Game Kid, not really doing as much damage as I kind of thought it would do. Oh god, this is kind of scary. So I do want to walk into the second secret room, or the actual secret room that was generated there, even though it is in the opposite direction of the boss room, and see if maybe, just maybe, there's like a fetus in a jar. Oh, never mind, I'm dead. I tried though on that one. We actually respawned with the Ankh, which I totally forgot about. All right, well, we don't really want to go that way in the future. Fuck the secret room. We have 4 spirit hearts. Let's make this happen. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, you know, we're still gonna try. I don't hold out a lot of hope for this. Weirdly enough, that was like the perfect hit by these guys to not get hit by that bomb. All right, that one actually did do some damage. And we've got to use bombs now, even though I would rather save them for the blue baby fight, because there's just no way around the fact that we're, you know, very much in a tough spot right now. And we're not even doing, I mean, I realize I'm hitting them in the face right here, but that's just because I'm trying to dodge, and it's not as easy as one might think. So I think we were probably, if I do a post-mortem of this run, maybe one deal with the devil away from actually making this run work for us. A brimstone would be obviously amazing, in particular against these guys, but, oh, that might hit both of them. Hey, that actually did. Yeah, a deal with the devil that gave us brimstone or mom's knife would obviously have been a major factor in any possibility of success, but as is, so be it. Shit happens sometimes. I didn't play necessarily fantastically either, as you saw from, you know, me getting shit on by, like, trying to get the HP from Maggie's Faith. So we want to kill Lust last, but we can't kill Lust last because we'll be killed instead of Lust. Oh, no, there you go. Again, I tried. I hope you enjoyed the run in spite of that. That was kind of a weird, non-usual Maggie run. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the episode, make sure to click the like button. It helps me out a great deal. Of course, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more Daily Isaac, and I'll see you next time.